right? So in last class we have completed types of threads, right? Now today we'll try to understand what are the different methods available in thread class for controlling thread of execution. Okay, methods for controlling thread execution. Okay, we have public, static, void, yield method. Next, public, static, void, sleep method, long milliseconds. Public, static, void, sleep, long milliseconds, comma, int, nanoseconds. Public, static, void, join method, no parameter. Join of milliseconds. Into nanoseconds. Sorry, this is not static method. Yield method, sleep method, join method, wait method. So these are the methods available in java.lang.object class. So java.lang.thread class for controlling thread execution. And very important point, these methods are not available in thread class. These three methods are available in java.lang.object class. I will tell you why they are available in object class, okay? Also, we have two more methods. When working with the wait method, you should also work with two more methods: public void notify, public void notify all. Okay. So all these methods are meant for what? Controlling thread execution. Let's start understanding first method, yield method. How to control thread execution. I'm creating, as usual, class my thread. Override run method. Inside run method, I am writing system.out.println double quotes run executed. Main system.out.println main start main end. Okay. In between main start main end, what is it? I'm creating object for my thread 11 empty equal to new my thread 11. Then I call empty dot start. Now all people tell me what happened when I call start method. Is a custom thread automatically executed? No. Custom thread is not automatically executed. Custom thread is executed only when currently running thread execution is passed. Okay. Now main method execution started as per time slice. Okay. As per thread scheduling time slice is the same. As per time slice message displayed, object is created, start method call. When start method call, we are informing to JVM, we are ready to execute. I'm requesting JVM, please create this object and start the execution of this thread. Then now when we call start method, now control will go to JVM, hand over this object to JVM, come back. And now if thread time slice, currently running thread time slice is completed, then next line will be current executing thread time slice is completed, then custom thread will be executed. If a time slice is not yet completed, then what happened? Next line will be executed. According to JVM, time slice will be little more will be given to main method. Only 3 lines are there. Now tell me, when I call start method, custom thread execution started immediately? No. What is the output of this program? Main start, main end, then run executed, right? Where is the compile timer? 11 already there. Okay, 12. Okay, main start, main end, and run executed. Okay, now everyone comfortable? Now what we want to do? I want to control thread execution. For controlling thread execution, what should I do? For controlling thread execution, what should I do? I must pass the thread execution. Controlling thread execution is nothing but I must pass the currently running thread execution and want to allow other threads to execute. If you want to pass currently running thread execution, how many methods we have learned? We have these methods. What is that? Yield method, sleep method, join method, wait method we have. So any one of these methods I have to use. And now let me use yield method first. What happened? After calling start method, I'm calling yield method. Empty dot yield I call. When I call empty dot yield, yield method is static method or non-static method? Static method. So thread dot yield I should call. If you call thread dot yield, what the meaning of it? I am requesting JVM, please yield the resources held by this thread. Yield means leave. Okay, leave the resources. So please yield my thread resources to other thread. So main thread is requesting when a control come to line number 15, please pass me and give this processor to execute for other custom thread to execute. Then JVM must pass the currently running thread main thread and give the time for other thread to execute. What is your expectation? Is the currently running thread execution passed or not? Control F11. Let's see, will it pass or not? Will it pass or not? Oh, it's passed. Yeah, wonderful. Again, let me execute. Is it passed or not passed? Is it passed or not passed? Not passed. Now passed. Again run. Passed or not passed? Not passed. Okay. Again not passed. Again not passed. Again not passed. Your batch is very lucky batch. At least 1 or 2 times you have seen it is passed. Okay. But other batch students never see that execution passed. Okay. Right. Look at there. What do you understand finally? Yield method 100% guarantee passing the currently running thread execution. No, currently running thread execution 100% it is not passing. Now look at there. What is the API documentation about this yield method given by Sun Microsystem? Read. This yield method call is a hint to the scheduler who is running our thread scheduler. Na? So it is a hint to the thread scheduler that the current thread is willing to yield its current use of processor. Okay, the scheduler is free to ignore this hint. Are you catching my point? The scheduler is free to ignore this hint. That means what? It's just ignoring and going on. Okay. So if you call yield method, I am requesting the JVM to yield my resource, but not forcing the JVM, not forcing the scheduler to pass me. So if you want just request, use yield method. But in projects, we want to request or we want to force. We want to force. So yield method in the project scenario we don't use, but knowledge is required. That's why I'm explaining. So tell me, when I call yield method, thread will go to passed state or ready to run state? There is important entry question. When I call yield method, thread will go to where? Passed state or ready to run state? It will go to ready to run state and waiting for its next turn. Okay. When you call yield method, thread execution is not blocked. It execution is paused and send the thread to currently, ready to run state and waiting for its turn. Whenever other thread passing, then this thread immediately will enter into ready running state to execute. So what is the use of yield method? When I call yield method, thread will move to which state? These are two questions. Yield method is used for requesting the JVM to pass my thread execution and allot the processor to other thread. But here when you call yield method, there is no guarantee thread execution is passed. JVM may ignore our request. It's just a request. JVM may ignore the request. If you call yield method, when you call yield method, if JVM decided to pass our thread will not go to non-runnable blocked states. It will go to ready to run state to wait for its next turn. How to call yield method? Yield method is a static method. You must call by using thread class name thread dot yield. Then it is a request to the JVM to pass currently running thread. It may or may not, cannot guarantee. So that is a story about yield method. Hope all you people got clarity. Okay, now tell me, I want to develop same program. I want to develop same program, but I must pass this. I must pass the thread execution. In that case, which method I should use? Come on. In this case, which method I must use? In place of yield method, I must use sleep method. Sleep method is a overloaded method. We have to pass the time. I am giving time 1000 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds means how many seconds? 1000 milliseconds means how many seconds? 1 second. 1 second it will pass. When it is passed, there is a chance other threads may disturb its sleep state. When you are sleeping in your room, happily you are sleeping. Decided up to next day morning 6 o'clock, you don't want to wake up. But suddenly somebody coming and they are in the room as a group of people came and shouting and disturbing your sleep. You will get angry and you will get interrupted from, you are interrupted from the sleep state and you got angry and shouting at them, get out from your stupid fellows, why you are shouting? That shouting is also done by sleep method. We ask the sleep method to pass my main thread for 1000 milliseconds. If some other thread interrupt this thread state, how to interrupt, sir? I will tell you. Okay, if the other thread interrupt this thread state, then how can we, okay, what the sleep method will do? Sleep method will throw interrupted exception. That exception we have to handle. We can handle in main method two ways, either throws declaration wise or sonody the try batch. I want throws declaration, I want to use. Tell me now, if I call sleep method, thread will go to ready to run state and waiting for its turn, or will go to non-runnable state, timed waiting state. It will go to non-runnable timed waiting state. Thread will be passed for how much time? 1000 milliseconds. Look at that. Okay, you cannot see the passed time. Let me take 5000 milliseconds. 5 seconds it will pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got clarity? Yeah? If you want to pass currently running thread execution, you must use what method? Sleep method. That's it. If I call sleep method, what happened? Thread execution is passed and entered to non-runnable state, timed waiting state, and giving the process to other threads which are waiting in the runnable state. Then now, even though the running thread execution completed or passed, the thread will not, our thread will not be released until our time completed. That is the story. Hope you understand sleep method. I will give you a small scenario to work with the sleep method. I want to display numbers 1 to 10. Okay, I want to display numbers 1 to 10. Each number displaying on the console I wanted to see. I want to display numbers 1 to 10. Generally 1 to 10 numbers at a time flashed in front of you in the outputs console. But I want to see each number displaying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means what I should do in the for loop, after writing SOPLN I down, I should place thread dot sleep of 5000. I must place a thread dot sleep of 5000. So I mean 5000 or 1000, your wish. Then what happened? Every after number displayed, the process will be paused and then again resumed. Next number displayed, paused, resumed, so that our eye can see that. Okay, tell me now. Sleep method is pausing the thread independent of other threads or depending on other threads. Sleep method pause is dependent pause or independent pause. Sleep method pause is independent pass. Okay, we are no way concerned to other threads. To other threads what happened I don't know. Just I want to pass my thread execution, just I am passing, that's all. Okay, got clarity? Yeah. Sleep method pass is a independent pass. Other than other, with other threads there is no connection. So remember, whenever you want to pass your thread for the given period of time for some other reasons, then you can call sleep method and pass your thread. Okay, now I told you, whenever you call sleep method, it is entered into interrupted state 5000 milliseconds. I want interrupt and I want to get interrupted exception. Okay, when this interrupted exception will come, if the sleep time before sleep time completed, if you are trying to resume the thread, then the sleep method will throw interrupted exception. So how can I interrupt? By using a predefined method called interrupt. Okay, by using a predefined method called interrupt. Okay, let me try to write one more program for you to understand interrupt method. Sleep method, all you people understand? Any doubt? Class, class. Am I going fast? Just we are trying to understand the purpose of each method. In projects, whenever you need those methods, you will use. Okay. Class my thread run. Inside run method, I have to write system.out.println double quotes run start run end. I want to pass this thread for some time. Then what I write? Try thread dot sleep of some 5000 milliseconds, and then I'm writing catch of interrupted exception e system.out.println system.out.println double quotes ie raised message I displayed, and then inside class main method main of what do you write now here? System.out.println main start main end. Okay na? What should I do now? I should start the thread. My thread 13 empty equal to new my thread 13. Okay, then empty dot start I call. All the people tell me what is the output of this program. If every program I only telling output, you cannot answer questions, right? Can you try please? What is the output of this program? What is the output of this program? Guys, are you there? Okay, main start, main end, run start, run end. Interrupted exception, came or not came? Interrupted exception came or not came? Interrupted exception will not come. What happened here? Interrupted exception will not come. Run start, 5000 milliseconds program execution passed and run end message will come. Repeating once again, main start, main end. After 5000 milliseconds means 5 seconds. Each blink is 1 second. Let's look at the top level blinking. Na? You can count 5 blinks after run and will come. Count once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, na? Right. Now, what is the target of this program? I want to interrupt the state of the custom thread. I want to interrupt the state of the custom thread. To interrupt the sleep state of the custom thread, I should wait until that custom thread entered into sleep state. Na? Are you catching my point? So in a main thread, I want to interrupt empty thread. To interrupt empty thread, you must call what? Interrupt method. Is a predefined method called interrupt, which is a non-static method. Why it is a non-static method? This method should work for object. Okay, this method should work for object. So interrupt method is meant for interrupting a particular thread sleep state. So you call empty dot interrupt method. Interrupt method will go to sleep state and finding empty thread available in the sleep state. If available, immediately it is taking out and sending to execution state. So in order to allow this thread to come to interrupt, sleep state, first of all, main thread has to wait. Na? So that's why here I'm calling what method? Thread dot sleep off. Thread dot sleep off. I am giving here 1000 milliseconds. What happened? Main thread is in a sleep state for 1000 milliseconds. Meanwhile, what happened? At this line number, main thread execution is passed. Control go to custom thread. Custom thread message displayed, and again custom thread also passed for 5000 milliseconds. And tell me, after 1000 milliseconds completed and 1 second completed, main thread is resumed, and what is executed? Empty dot interrupt method is called. Interrupt method will go to sleep state and searching is empty object available. Yes, it is still sleeping for 4000 milliseconds. Already 1000 completed. Na? It is still sleeping for 4000 milliseconds, and then interrupt method immediately taking the thread forcibly out of the sleeping state and sending to runnable state. Then in runnable state, now sleep method execution resumed. Sleep method implicitly verify this sleep method. This program execution is resumed before 5000 milliseconds or after 5000 milliseconds. It is resumed before 5000 milliseconds only. Then it will throw exception caught by catch block, and the message in IE raised message will come. All people understand? Look at there, look at there, look at that. Run start, main end, and now look at there. IE raised message coming means exception raised. So empty dot interrupt method interrupt the state of the sleep, interrupt the sleep state of the JV, interrupt the sleep state of the custom thread. Are you catching my point? What the use of interrupt method? Interrupt method is used for interrupting the sleep state of a thread. Okay, now the question. There are two ways of disturbing the sleep mode. Now you are in the classroom. You are sleeping, you entered into sleep mode, you are moving your body front to back. Then teacher interrupt you. Okay, na? Student dot interrupt. Who called? Teacher. Nothing but main thread. Main thread is a teacher. Empty is a student. Sleeping, so interrupted. When after you entered into sleep state. Now listen carefully. If faculty noticed that you are in a sleeping mode, almost you are sleeping, okay, almost you are closing your eyes, half eyes closed, then immediately shouted you, right? Okay, when he shouted you, you are not going to sleep state, you are coming out from the sleep state. So there are two ways of interrupting. Number one, let the thread come into sleep state. and bring out from the sleep state. That is a one way. Another way is what? Before coming into sleep state only, you want to take it out. You don't want to allow it. 1 second also you don't want to allow. In that case, you must call interrupt method immediately after start method call. Are you catching my point? Immediately after start method call. When you call empty dot interrupt after start method call, if a thread is trying to come to sleep state, it immediately sending out. It will not allow. Okay. Observe now. Control F11. Look at that. 1 second also not there in sleep state. Run start, immediately I rise, run end. Okay, nobody? I'll give you a small diagram for understanding. This is our running state and this is our sleep state, blocked state. Okay, sleep state, timely waiting state. Thread ifan 0 is even in running state. Already main thread call what? Empty dot interrupt. Interrupt you can consider as a one person here. He is waiting here when this thread will come to sleep state. This thread slowly from running state trying to come to sleep state. Then this person interrupt method call will give a kick to this person. Will give a kick to thread 0. Will you enter sleep state? No, it is going back to what? Ready to run state and waiting for its turn. When its turn occurred, again it is entering into this. Are you catching my point? It's 1 second also, 1 millisecond also will not go into sleeping state. I never ever not allow a thread to the sleeping state. Then you call interrupt method immediately after start method call. Then the thread will never enter it into sleep state. Another approach is what? Let the thread come into the sleep state. Okay. Let the thread come to the sleep state. And then after it come into the sleep state, now you kick that one. Okay. You send it out. It will come here. So there are two options are there. So before, after start, immediately you can call interrupt method. It is waiting for the thread come to sleep state. Second one is what? Let it come to sleep state and then you can bring it out. Two ways you can do. That is up to you. Hope everyone understand interrupt method functionality. So if interrupt ask a question, can I interrupt the state of a thread? Can I interrupt the blocked state of a thread? Before completing sleep time, can I bring the thread out of the sleep state? What is your answer? Yes. How? By using interrupt method. Okay, will you get interrupted exception always? No. We will get interrupted exception only when thread blocked state is disturbed. Okay, before completing the blocked time, if you try to bring out from the non-runnable states, then the particular method will throw interrupted exception. Shall we go to next topic? Please verify material once. All these points there in material or not. If not, there you will write notes. Yeah, all points are there in material. Now let us try to understand next method, join method. What the use of join method? Sleep method is used for passing each thread independently. Yeah. So now try to understand now. This is our one thread I am taking, thread hyphen 0. Another thread I am taking here, thread hyphen 1 body. Two threads I am taking, thread hyphen 0, thread hyphen 1. Okay, two threads are there. In this thread hyphen 0, I have some lines of code. And thread hyphen 1 also we have some lines of code there. Tell me these two threads are executed concurrently or sequentially? Both threads are executed concurrently. Sometimes this thread like that concurrently executed. Okay, na? Now the point is, here at some point of the line, thread 0 required the input which is taking by thread, which is generated by thread 1. Okay, na? Thread 0 required some input that is generated by thread 1. So up to here it can execute concurrently. Here the thread execution should pass na. Thread 0 execution should pass until thread 1 execution completed. The thread 0 execution should pass after thread 1 execution completed with the input generated by thread 1. It should continue our flow of execution. Is it clear? Now, how can we pass the thread 0? That what I want you answer. Come on, answer. Can I use here sleep method? Yes. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Why you are not replying? I don't understand. Thread dot sleep method. Okay. Thread dot sleep of. What do you write now here? Some time I am writing. Tell me if you call thread dot sleep. Now thread hyphen 0 will be passed. But how long? 100 milliseconds. Can you guarantee within 100 milliseconds thread 1 execution completed? No, we cannot guarantee, right? We cannot guarantee within 100 milliseconds thread 1 execution completed. Then what I need to do? I have to pass thread 1 execution until I should pass thread 0 execution until thread 1 execution completed. Yes or no? Repeating once again, I should pass thread 0 execution until thread 1 execution completed. Okay. So in that dependency case, I must call what method? Join method. If you want to pass one thread execution until other thread execution completed, we must call join method. Then how to call join method? You must invoke join method inside the thread code whose execution you want to pass. Now I want to pass which thread? Thread hyphen 0 execution I want to pass. So you must call join method in thread 0 run method. How long? Until thread 1 execution completed. So you should write here what? th2.join. So you must call join method by using thread object inside thread code. Okay, in which thread, whose thread execution you want to pass, call join method in that thread by using the particular thread object. Okay, everybody got clarity here? th2.join method call like this. So what happened? Thread 0 execution is passed until thread 1 execution completed. Tell me now. I want to pass thread 1 execution until thread 2 execute. I want to pass thread 1 execution until thread 0 execution completed. In that case, here in thread 0, thread 1 execution, thread 1 inside thread 1 run method, I should call join method with which object reference? th1 reference. th1.join I have to call. Okay. Can I hope all people got clarity on functionality of join method? Then tell me, here I am calling th2.join method. Everybody comfortable? Try to answer. Everyone try to answer. When I call th2.join method, what happened? This thread execution is passed. Its execution join with this thread. It is running. At some point of the time, the thread execution is entered into infinite loop. It's never terminated. It entered into infinite loop. It never terminated. What is the position of thread 0? Thread 1 execution is entered into infinite loop. Then what the position of thread 0? Thread 0 execution has to wait forever. Na? Is it a good approach or bad approach? Bad approach. I don't want to wait for other thread infinite time. I will specify how much time I'll wait. Okay. In that case, you can specify time called 100 milliseconds. I want to wait for other thread only for 100 milliseconds maximum. Okay. Within 100 milliseconds, if you don't resume, then I will choose my own input and I will continue. Are catch my point? I want to give first priority to other thread to complete its execution and generate output, and I will use that thread generated output, but not infinite time. I want to wait for only some time only 100 milliseconds only. I want to wait within 100 milliseconds. If it not resumed, if it not returned, immediately thread 0 resumed and next lines of the code executed with its own input. So how many overloaded methods are there? Join method. 3 overloaded methods are there. Number 1, no param join method, long param join method, long comma int param join method. If you call no param join method, this currently running thread execution is passed until that current thread object execution completed. If current thread object execution is not resumed, currently running thread execution also will be there forever in waiting state only. If you don't want to wait for a current thread object execution to complete infinitely, then if you want to wait only for some time, in that case, you should call what? Join with what? Time. Now, the currently running thread execution will be passed only for given time. Within the given time, if other thread not resumed, not come with output, then immediately it will resume. Okay, let me give one real-time example. Array, simple. Your friend and you decided to go to movie. Okay, you are belongs to Amirpet where cinema theater is there. You need to buy tickets. Your friend is coming from Kukatpalli. Okay, right. So now you already bought the tickets and you are waiting at the cinema theater. Your friend is still coming from Kukatpalli to cinema theater. How long you will wait for your friend outside of the theater gate? Until movie started. Na? Once movie started, you will not wait for your friend. Immediately you go inside the theater and started watching the movie. That means which join method you call? Join of time method or join of no param method? You are waiting only for movie started means sometime you fixed. Now I'll give another example. The coming friend is not a friend. Coming friend is lover. Okay, coming friend is your lover. Can you leave your lover and then go to into the cinema theater? No, right? You will wait for your lover until your lover is coming. Correct? That means which join method you are calling? Time join or no param join? No param join method you are calling. Until your lover is coming, you are waiting. So what is the important point you need to understand? What the important point you need to understand? Which join method you have to call depending on. I want to wait for other thread to complete fully. Until then I will wait. Then call no param join method. I want to wait for other thread only for some time. Okay, not fully it is returning. Then you should call what? Time join. Shall we test? I hope you understand functionality of these methods, when to use. Shall we test these methods? Class mythread. And tell me, what is the output of this program? Main start, main end, run start, run end. Main start, main end, run start, run end. Okay. Now tell me. I want to pass main thread execution until custom thread execution completed. I don't want to terminate main thread before custom thread completed. How much time custom thread will take, I don't know. So which method I have to call here? Join method in main thread. I should call join method in main thread. On which object? Empty dot. So then what happened? Main thread execution is passed until custom thread execution completed. So now tell me, join method is passing the thread, so we should handle interrupted exception. Then what is the output of this program? Compulsory main start, then main thread execution passed by join method, run start, run end, and main end. Now I want to pass custom thread execution to see join is waiting for it. For that, I wanted to call sleep method here. Thread dot, instead of infinite loop, I am writing just a thread dot. Okay, 5000 milliseconds I am giving. Okay, and then catch of interrupted exception E. Save it, Control F11. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run and immediately main end. So join method will pass the currently running thread until current thread object execution completed fully. Once completed, immediately resumed. Okay. Now listen carefully. I don't want to wait for that much time. I want to wait only my own time. I'm giving 2000 milliseconds. Within 2000 milliseconds, if the thread execution completed, it's okay. Otherwise, I will resume. Now tell me, by giving 2000 milliseconds, what is the output will come? Main starter, and then join method pass, control go there, run start. And now it has to wait for 5000 milliseconds. One blink, two blink. After two blinks completed, join method releasing the main thread execution continued. That is what? Main end. Then still custom thread has to wait for more 3 milliseconds. Third blink, fourth blink, fifth blink, then run and will come. Observe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, understand? After 2 milliseconds, main end came. After 3 milliseconds, run end came. So join of no time will wait for the currently running thread passed for current thread object complete. Whereas time will wait for only time completed. For example, if I give more time, let's say I'm giving here 8000 milliseconds. Okay, I'm giving 8000 milliseconds. Is a join method, will join method pass the empty thread for 8000 milliseconds compulsory? No, 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 no. First priority to empty thread to complete. If empty thread is completed, remaining time it will not wait. It will resume. So how long? It will wait only 5,000 milliseconds. It will not wait remaining 3 milliseconds. Look at there. Run and main and immediately will come. Now count now, count now, count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, na? 6 to 7 to 8 to not coming. And tell me, if I call join method place sleep method, what happened? Can I call sleep method here? Yes, empty dot sleep of 8,000. And tell me, sleep method now passing empty thread, main thread, not empty thread. Many people are confusing sleep method pass main thread, sleep method pass empty thread. No, it passes what? Main thread. How much time I'm asking to pass main thread? 8,000 milliseconds. Now tell me, sleep method is dependent pass, independent pass? It is dependent pass, independent pass? Independent pass. Join method passes the thread dependent on current thread object. Sleep method passes independent. That means if a main thread completed in 5,000 milliseconds, is it immediate main thread is immediately resumed? No, no, no. It has to wait for 8,000 milliseconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, na? It has to wait. Sleep method will wait. So tell me, what is the difference between join method and sleep method? Compulsory asking question. What is the difference between join method and sleep method? Join method passes, okay, sleep method passes currently running thread for the given time independent of other threads. Sleep join method passes currently running thread depending on other threads. Okay, so join method passes currently thread either other thread completed or either current thread object execution completed or given time completed, whereas sleep method compulsory passes currently running thread for the given period of time. So that is the important points. Hope you understand. Okay, please open material, please read this join method related points first, and we'll go for next topic. Guys, did you understand all points? Join me that there. Shall I go next point? Yeah, before learning weight method, you should get clarity on synchronized keyword. You should understand concept called synchronization. What the meaning of synchronization? The process of executing multiple threads sequentially, one after one, when they are using same resource, when they are using or sharing, when they are sharing same resource. Understand that? Is called synchronization. Okay, I'll give you a direct example. Try to understand. This is your hostel. This is your lunch area. And here you have sink with one tap. Now all the people are having tables here. After you all completed eating food, okay, all people are started rushing to coming to this sink area. In this sink area, all the people are at a time forcing each other to clean your to wash your hand. No, you are going one after one. You are forming a line, na? Yes or no? You are forming a line. From here you are coming what? Fast, okay? Concurrently, multiple people. But all the people are forming a line, one after one, completing one way. Why this particular thing is called sync? Because it will allow the people to use it synchronously, one after one, sequentially, one after one. So that's why it is called what? Sync. Let me take another example. Okay, this is a highway road. On highway road, you have toll plaza. Na? Okay, on highway road, you have toll plaza. Then tell me, here cars are going with the racing. Okay, cars are going racing. Asla, however, fast crossing, overtaking each vehicle and going. But when they come to the toll plaza, they have to come in a line. Na? Now, this toll plaza concept is nothing but synchronization. So what is synchronization? Synchronization is the process of executing multiple threads sequentially, one after one, when they are sharing same resource. Same sink, all people are sharing, should come one after one. Same toll plaza, all people are sharing, they should come one after one. Okay, what is the problem if all at a time executed? Okay, what is the problem if synchronization is not there? If we allow multiple threads executing multiple threads executing on same resource concurrently, there is a chance we will get data inconsistent modifications. Okay, data inconsistent modifications, we will get wrong results. Are you catching my point? Why we will get data inconsistent modifications? Because in the middle of one thread, in middle of one thread modifications, other thread is executed, other thread is executed in the middle of one thread modification, other thread is executed, then first thread, then when first thread is resumed, it will get values of second thread. Are you catching my point? Then calculations are done with second thread values. Hence, we will get wrong results. Understand? Then what the solution to this problem? Solution. We must not allow second thread to execute in the middle of first thread. Correct my point? In the middle of first thread. Solution, we must not allow second thread to execute in the middle of first thread. Problem solved. What I need to for this? For this purpose. For this purpose. Any of you remember? Same concept was there in databases also. In a database, a table can be accessed by multiple people at a time. You must not allow multiple people to access the table at a time. You must allow only one person to access the table at a time. After one person, first person completed, then only should allow second person to access. After second person completed, then only should allow to access third person. Further purpose, what are you doing? You are applying locks concept now. For this purpose, for executing one thread at a time to access resource, for allowing one thread at a time to access resource, what to do? To access resource, what to do? We must lock this resource. We must lock this resource. Yes or no? We must lock this resource and make it available for one thread only. Okay, now when I should unlock after this first thread execution completed, unlock this thread, unlock this object, make it available for other thread. So everyone understand what are the points we discussed? What is synchronization? Why synchronization? Or problem? Problem if you don't develop synchronization. Okay. And here, next point, tell me. What happened if we develop synchronization? What happened if we develop synchronization? What will happen if we develop Synchronization, tell me. The current object will be locked by currently running thread and not, and this object is not available for, other threads. After this thread execution, is completed, this object is unlocked and it is available other threads to access. Okay, synchronization, guarantees, and avoids data inconsistent modifications and guarantees correct results. Okay. What is the question now? What is the question now? How can I develop synchronization? How can I develop in synchronization? Hello? How can I develop synchronization? By using synchronization keyword. Now the question, you want to lock the object permanently or you want to lock object only when operation performing? Please answer. You want to lock object permanently or you want to lock object only when operation performing? You want to lock object only when operation is performed. That means synchronized keyword. That means synchronized keyword we must apply to a method or to apply to a object. Come on, come on. To whom I should apply synchronized keyword? I should apply synchronized keyword to object or I should apply to the method? I should apply to the method. When thread calls this synchronized method by using one object, lock that object, execute this logic. Until this method execution completed, don't release that lock. Don't release the lock on that object so that this object will not be available for other threads. Everybody understand? By using synchronized keyword in two ways. Number one, by using synchronized method and by using synchronized block. Okay, by using synchronized method, by using synchronized block. Okay, now. So what the syntax of synchronized method? Class example. Class example. Here I am writing void M1. If I write M1 method as non-synchronized method, I have not applied keyword synchronized. If I declare this M1 method as a non-synchronized method, this method logic can be executed concurrently. Na? I given permission to JVM execute this M1 method concurrently, either by using same object or by using different object. But what is my requirement? I want to execute this M1 method sequentially from multiple threads. Then you have to use synchronized. Tell me, if I apply the keyword synchronize, is this method logic is locked or current object of this M1 method locked? Everyone try to answer. What is locked? This M1 method object is locked or current object locked? Many faculties are telling that this M1 method logic is locked. How method can be locked, Rabbi? Method cannot be locked. The current object of this method will be locked. Okay. Object lock concept is there. Class lock concept is there, but there is no method lock. Any faculty, if they explain you about method lock, that is a wrong concept. Okay, tell to that faculty, sir, method lock is wrong point, object lock, class lock is point. If they shouted at you saying that you are faculty, I am faculty, I am experienced, you are a bacha, like I am scolding you sometimes now. If they say that, prove that, sir, the concept is object lock and class lock, sir, there is no method lock concept, sir. Okay, this M1 method execution, for this M1 method execution, synchronized keyword will lock the current object, so that other thread cannot use this object to invoke this M1 method. Try to give explanation until he accepts, until you prove that. Okay, got clarity? Yeah. Next, sometimes I want to create a method. Tell me, if I declare this M1 method as a synchronized, inside this method, I have so many lines of the code, then the object will be locked for all the lines of code. Na? Come on. Object will be locked for all lines of the code. I am only modifying object at these two lines. Then unnecessary object is locked for at these two lines and performance issue. Na? Other methods has to wait for this object to unlock, right? Are you catching my point? Other threads to wait for this object to unlock. Unnecessary time waste. Why we come to multi-threading chapter? We come to multi-threading chapter for fast execution, right? So if you are implementing synchronization keyword wrong way, then you will get, in multi-threading, you will get sequential. Finally, you will get performance issue. All are catching my words? Then what the solution to this problem? Whenever you don't need to lock the object for all lines of the code, whenever you want to lock the object only for one or two lines of the code in the method, don't go for synchronized method. You go for what? Synchronized block. So people generally call it as synchronized block as a synchronized statement. Okay, I have several lines of the code. I don't want to lock the object for all the lines of the method. I want to lock object only for these two lines of the code. Then you block these two statements first using local block. Using local block, you block these two statements and apply synchronized keyword. Synchronized keyword. Now you want to lock which object? Current object. Then pass this keyword. Now you have a proof to fight with other faculty. Sir, if if synchronized keyword, if a synchronized keyword locking the method, then why to the synchronized block we are giving the object reference? To inform to the compiler, to inform to the JVM which object want to be locked for these lines of the code. For these lines of the code execution, I want to lock just an object. Is it clear my point? Not the logic. So here you need to pass what? Current object I want to lock, then pass this keyword. Argument object I want to lock, then pass the param. Sometimes I want to lock a class itself. If you want to lock the class, you pass a class name dot class syntax. Okay, class name dot class syntax. So how many ways we can lock object? Two ways. By using synchronized method, if I lock the object by using synchronized method, the object will be in lock position until the all lines of the method execution completed. If you want to lock object only for few lines of the code, you must use a synchronized block. Okay, synchronized block is a kind of catch block. It's a parameterized block. So we have to pass argument. Okay, that argument can be current object reference. This or parameter object reference, parameter name, or the class object, java.lang.class object, class name dot class also you can write. Okay, here what I need to write any class. For example, I'm writing example dot class. Hope you got some idea on synchronized method and synchronized block and synchronization. So what is the advantage of synchronization? Synchronization advantage is we will not get inconsistent modification. We can stop inconsistent modifications. Okay, now we can stop inconsistent modifications. Okay, next question. What is the problem with synchronization? What the advantage? What the advantage? We can stop inconsistent modifications and can guarantee correct results. What is the problem? For fun, okay, for fun, if we develop synchronization, what happened? What happened? Execution is slow. We will get less performance. Why? Because of object locking and unlocking. When control is entered into synchronized method, object is locked. When control come out of the synchronized method, object is unlocked. Okay, for because of object locking and unlocking, we'll face this problem. Is it clear? Okay, guys, shall we continue program? Problem, did you understand problem? If I don't required of, if we don't required of synchronization, but still if you develop synchronization, we'll get problem. Okay. So conclusion, when we should develop synchronization to our application? When you should develop synchronization in your class? If there is a chance that our object is, if there is a chance that our object is modified, object data is modified by multiple threads, inconsistent way, then we should develop synchronization. Okay, na? Right. So now let's try to develop code. Yeah, the code development itself will take almost 20-25 minutes. Okay. So tomorrow we'll write code and we'll wind up synchronization. We'll enter it into second part of synchronization. Synchronization has a two parts. One is today we discussed, and the code, and the second part we'll discuss in tomorrow class. Okay. All these points are there in your, all these points are there in material. Please read all points in material. Tomorrow I will give you a diagrammatic explanation, and then we'll go for developing the synchronization in normal test program and also in bank application. Okay, we'll redevelop the bank project with the synchronization concept. Hope you got an idea about synchronization. When two threads are accessing same object currently, they should develop synchronization. That's it. Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll complete synchronization and multi-threading remaining concepts. If at all one or two topics pending, then we'll go for Wednesday also multi-threading discussion. Okay. By Wednesday, 100% multi-threading chapter completed. So please try to revise all points we discussed in multi-threading. Also go to Google and type multi-threading entry questions, multi-thread FAQs. Okay, na? Are you catching my point? So you just type here multi-threading related questions. Then whatever the entry questions are coming, you please practice. If you find any new question, let me know. Got clarity? Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.